places to go travel.
So this is the National Aquarium.
Yeah, so like it shows you on top of the main tank, laboratory, quarantine, that sort of thing.
It's going to be our first stop, but we're not going inside. We're going to see what is going on, and I'm going to explain you. This is the quarantine area. The animals are going to end up upon arrival. The main reason for that is to prevent disease being spread throughout the aquarium. Now, the good thing about this tank is they're separated from one another, which means that we are able to control all the parameters regarding the temperature, the water salinity, pH level. And if after about 30 days the animal is still eating properly, swimming properly, everything remains the same as it's supposed to be, means the animal is healthy, relaxed from the transport, and we are ready to put them in the tanks for the further exhibition. Depends. Sometimes we have species being caught by the locals, and then we brought here straight from the wild, and some of them have been breeded in the other aquariums or the retail shops, and then also they have to go to this process, regardless if they're coming from the wild or from already some facility. All of them have to go. Now we're having more than 200 different species.
200, wow.
The total number of the individual species is a few thousand probably.
Goodness.
So all of them have to go through this process. Okay.
Slippery floor, be careful.
Right at the moment. Then we start preparing the food. This is the area room where we're preparing the food. The total amount of the food that we're going to prepare depends on the incoming day of the week, and that's scheduled over there. We're always preparing the food in advance. So today we're going to prepare the food for Saturday. The main reason for that is that the food is kept frozen in the freezer, and it takes a few hours to defrost it. Also, it would be a hassle if you have to prepare it now and then run to the animals and then run back to do something else. To avoid my colleagues being under a lot of stress because of that, we're always preparing in advance. It usually takes about 1 hour. When the food is being prepared, we're going to be placed in these containers, and those containers being placed with the food inside of the fridge. Then once the food is prepared, and before it being taken out to the animals, we are going to use garlic powder mixed with the water to marinate the food. The reason we are using garlic powder is to help out our animals with their immune system. It's good antibacterial, so that's the way how we're keeping their health under control. Now I'm going to tell you what we're preparing from the food. You can see on the schedule we're having really variety of food. You see mussels, prawns, squid, flatworms, vegetables, mackerel, then shrimps, sardines, fillets, prawns. Then we're also preparing the different types of the zooplankton, like a krill or mysis or brine shrimp. Then we are going to prepare that we're using something as substitution or just to enrich them a bit, the diet. And we are having fruits and vegetables for our reptiles in our it's between 5 to 6 kilograms of the food. So what they do, they're going to today is they're going to prepare the food for Saturday. Here it is, just these tanks. They're going to prepare the containers, they're going to put inside. Then tanks 14, 16, 17, 18, going to place 4 containers, and they're going to put this one here. So it's basically quite easy once you... But we don't feed them all every day.
Okay.
That's also the thing.
Sure.
Some of the fish we feed 2 times per day. Some of them we feed every second day, some of them we feed once per week.
Wow.
It really depends. When I say that there is like about 3,000 fish, we are not going to feed them individually, but basically we're going to take this container, and if it's a tropical tank with some tropical fish, we feed them with tropical mix. Literally small piece like this. Once you put it in the water, it's going to be on average 100 to 100 pieces of, and that's going to be enough for one feeding.
Wow.
And then during the day, once more, so eventually they're not going to get a lot of food.
Sure.
So it's not that huge amount as you might get a year. Up to 6 kilograms for the food per day. Now, we're in the laboratory. This is the base of the aquarium as well. That's why you can see all those schedules, timetables. Right over here, we just prepared water for the chemical testing. I'm not sure which one they're going to test at the moment, but every Friday we are testing pH level, nitrates, ammonium, and for the coral tank we also must make sure to measure the levels of calcium, silicates, phosphates, and magnesium. Now also we are suspicious about water quality. What do we have here? Now this is the case of one of the skates that we have. It's quite solid and sounds like plastic, only because it's being dried out. Have a look. Now this one still has those, it looks like a grass. Basically the purpose of this is to, once the egg is in the water, it's going to start floating around. It's actually going to look like a seaweed or like something is dead. So it's basically the camouflage from the predators. And we're having oh. This is the egg case of the North Sound shark, and this is the egg case of the small spotted cat shark. The small spotted cat sharks you could see in the tank outside, in the middle tank, of those three.
Yeah. Wow.
Now these egg cases, the reason why we're having them so much is because these sharks are actually part of the conservation project. They're taken out from the fish market from dead female sharks caught by the local fishermen, and those eggs are being brought to the aquarium and being placed in the water to incubate them. For the small spotted cat shark, it takes up to 4 months. Nurse hound up to 11 months to hatch out. It actually depends on the temperature of the water. So what you can see is basically the skeleton. It's made of calcium carbonate, and you don't see the coral as one individual anymore, more likely a colony of identity. They are really sensitive, and their sensitivity actually gave us a clue that something is going on with the planet some 40 to 50 years ago. That was the first time when it was observed. We realized that something is happening with the planet and the climate, and they gave us the first clue that the global warming is getting out. It's a completely natural thing. It has nothing to do with the global warming. Global warming is, as it is now, is man-made.
Yeah.
Instead to take thousands of years time, it's in the last 100 years we changed our planet so much more than in the last 2 million years. So it's a huge impact that we are making on the planet, and the corals are as one of the most sensitive animals on the planet. The global warming is getting out of control. biggest coral reef on our planet, the Great Barrier Coral Reef, is more than 2,000 kilometers long. Because the last, in 2005 and 6, 2015, 16, altogether about 300 kilometers of that coral reef died out. Well, it's a huge impact, yeah. And more than 25% of all animals in the ocean lives on among coral reefs. So you can see how important impact it actually has on the food chain in the life itself. It might have a cascading effect as if the global warming starts progressing as it is now, it's going to have more and more impact on the wildlife, and we might actually come to the point that we might be the main cause for the mass extinction that might get triggered because of that. Yeah. And we're going to be the first and probably the last species on the planet that was directly involved and guilty for the mass extinction.
Thank you.
Deep, 12 meters long, and has 380,000 liters of salt water. Having 5 different species of sharks, where the black tip reef shark are the biggest predators in the tank and in the aquarium. Then you can see the one over there is called the Penny hound shark, and down on the bottom you can see the zebra shark. That one is a male, and the female was somewhere around just swimming. There she is. Over there. The reason we know that who is a female, who is a male is because their reproductive organs are visible from outside.
Okay.
Then this one here is called the cow-nosed ray from eagle ray family. That's why it looks like it's flying around. We also have some fun looking fish on the board. We call unicorn fish. Their gills are not covered, and they're having between 5 to 7. Where the older species having 7, the younger species having 5. And by the older, younger, I mean time that they appear on the planet. Also, they don't have the fin bladder like the bony fish. They're having the liver which is rich in oils, and that's what's allowing them to go from the surface to 1,000 meters without any problems. Yes.
Careful on the stairs, darling.
This is the filtration system of the main tank. Pulled by the gravity, it keeps all the waste and leftovers of the food over there. And then the water is going to be captured, and then a foam is going to start forming, building up in that column, and eventually start overflowing in the form of foam. We came to the end of the tour. Thank you very much. To refresh yourselves, maybe come down again to another tour. Feel free to do it.
You're watching Places to Go Travel. Please like and subscribe.